Hello, YouTube. I realize that there's a lot going on out there in YouTube land that has people, how to put this, all fired up. But I'm trying to make an effort here to not have my channel turn into a recap of other people's channels. I think it's really easy to stay right all the time if you're always criticizing other people's pitfalls and not putting out your own opinions and perspective. So today, I'm just going to put all that drama aside and ramble a bit. What I'd like to talk about instead is more co opting. And this is a theme that's been on my channel for a while when I've covered how atheism plus and the social justice movement tried to co-opt atheism in general and add dogma to it. And also when I covered the Occupy movement and showed that it had a certain message to begin with, and it turned into every uh, every social justice talking point under the sun, that it became an Occupy thing. So, what I'd like to talk about today is Freethought. Now, I have a little bit of experience with Freethought. I was the vice president of the Freethinkers of Colorado Springs. And while I don't draw on that for any sort of authority, because it was a very short tenure because I moved, I did look up what it meant to be a free thinker. And I studied this a little because I wanted to be good at that post that I was filling. So, in my studies, I learned that it's very easy to define free thought by using its opposite, just as you would really easily define skepticism as not believing anything without having a factual basis to believe in something, versus faith, where you have belief that is not grounded in any sort of evidence. So if you look at skepticism versus faith, they're like polar opposites. And free thought is the polar opposite of dogma, or at least that's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be breaking free of the chains of written word in books, or any sort of rules that would govern the way that you're thinking. That's the freeness of free thought. Um, and it's not something that you'll find in, say, a Wikipedia article on the Unitarian Universalist Church or free thought in general. But the free thought movement used to use the pansy as their mascot, a simple flower, right? And then half a century ago, the word pansy, because of their use of that as their mascot, the word pansy gained a negative connotation. And it started to mean wimp or wuss, somebody who did not take a stand on anything. And that's exactly how free thought meetings would be run. Nobody was allowed to be critical of the speaker that would be speaking that week. Unitarian Universalist churches allow people to this day to come in and talk about anything, even alien abduction is is allowed to be talked about. There's people from all sorts of different faiths. You have Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, and everything underneath the Unitarian Universalist Church's umbrella, but you also have people who believe in alien abduction. So the criticism is not basically allowed in that, and that's part of the infinite regress of not allowing dogma. You know, it is dogma to say that we're not going to allow dogma. That's the one bit of dogma that they have, is not allowing dogma. So it's not acceptable to put forth any worldview as being greater than any other worldview. So we're just going to break bread with those who think that they were possessed by the spirit of Hitler. And everything's going to be okay because everyone's welcome at the table. Now, that's what Freethought was supposed to mean. That you didn't have to adhere to anything just because it was written down in a book somewhere, or because somebody who was very influential and powerful said that we must believe this way. You were able to talk freely about possibilities, about the meaning of life, and what the universe really is. So that's what the Freethought movement used to be. Now, I would say that the Freethought movement, just like Occupy and just like atheism in general, is under siege by the social justice movement. And it's very blatant when you look at something like Freethought blogs. The word now has a connotation to it, wherein when you hear the word Freethought, you automatically associate it with, if you do not believe the social justice narrative of what's wrong with the world, and if you don't adhere to their norms, you are not welcome. And that's a very weird thing for me to see, that there are people who are not welcome to speak their mind in this group that is calling themselves Freethought. This is illustrated quite well by the way that they kicked Thunderfoot off of Freethought blogs, and the way that they rally around certain issues. I'd say that it's only Freethought in name anymore. And I don't know how to regain that safe space for being free of dogma and create another one. In that the safe space that used to be the place where anyone could be free to explore any ideas, including, say, men's rights activism ideas. That place used to be a Freethought meeting, but now those things aren't allowed there. It's been co-opted. It's now the safe space for social justice. So I wonder if somebody made a website called Super Thinking Blog, would people, then criticize it as super lame thinking blog, just like Freethought blogs is sometimes called free from thought blogs. I don't know how to get back to that point where any idea is something that you can talk about in a civil way, without having people circle the wagons on you and use peer pressure to criticize you. That's not what the Freethought movement was born as, but that's what it has turned into because of the co-opting of the social justice movement. I invite everyone to do some research on what Freethought used to be. Do the research on the history of Freethought and then compare it to what it is today. And you can comment below or make a video response. I'm Agent of Doubt, and until the next ramble, I'm going to drink some Mountain Dew and eat some Christmas chocolate that I'm going to buy on December 26th when it goes half off, because I like to take advantage of all of the religious people and their candy eating habits. Also, as an added bonus for this video, I'm going to show you all something. This is the historic pen that I grabbed out of Aldous Valor's hands when he tried to make me sign the apology in his lair. And this is the pen that I grabbed and stabbed him with, and I used this to effect my escape. See how it glows because it's still stained with his blood? Isn't that awesome? Look at it. It's almost like a lightsaber. Yeah, this is what I use to sign my checks with now.